Welcome to a special bonus episode of the Householder's Sutra. I'm Professor Ben Joffe, here with Dr. Nida again. Genla, we have finished the text. We've walked through 10 episodes together, exploring everything from pure perception to the goddess who transforms flowers, from the thunderous silence to the fragrant rice from distant Buddha fields. But before we close the book completely, I think we need to zoom out and look at the bigger picture. If a listener asked you, okay, I listened to the whole thing, but how does this ancient Mahayana text actually connect to the Vajrayana? How does it connect to Utok Nitig? And why should a modern householder care? We need to build the bridge.
Yes, the golden bridge. You see, Ben, in Buddhism, we talk about three turnings of the wheel of Dharma. First turning, the Arhat path. Samsara is suffering. Renounce it, run away. Second turning, the Mahayana. Samsara is empty. It has no inherent existence, so stay and help be learned. Third turning, the Vajrayana. Samsara and nirvana are inseparable. The fire is wisdom itself, transforming. Vimalakirti is the bridge between the second and the third. He is technically a Mahayana figure, a bodhisattva living in the time of the Buddha Shakyamuni, but his style is pure Vajrayana. He uses magic, he uses the senses, he uses humor, he uses what we call crazy wisdom. If you look at his life, wealthy, married, living in the city, frequenting the marketplace and pleasure districts, yet fully enlightened, he is the proto-Nagpa. He is the ancestor of the white-robed yogi.
The Proto-Nagpa. That's a profound historical insight. So when we practice Utok Nitig today, when we do Tsoke feasts, when we work with the channels and winds, when we practice as householder physicians, we are walking through the door that Vimalakirti opened 2,000 years ago.
Exactly. He cracked the egg. The Vajrayana is the bird that flew out.
Let's talk about the historical journey of this text. The Vimalakirti Sutra was composed in India, probably around the 1st or 2nd century CE. It became hugely influential in China. There are commentaries by some of the greatest Chinese Buddhist masters. It shaped Zen Buddhism profoundly. Then it came to Tibet, where it influenced the development of householder traditions, the Nagpa lineages, and yes, the medical lineages like Utok. But here's what's fascinating. In the West, this text almost didn't make it. For a long time, we only had partial translations, academic translations that were hard to read. And that brings us to the person we absolutely must acknowledge.
Yes.
Tenzin Bob. Tenzin Bob. Let me tell you something about this man. In 1965, he became the first American to be ordained as a Tibetan Buddhist monk by His Holiness the Dalai Lama. He studied with the greatest lamas. He absorbed the tradition at the deepest level. Then he did something Vimalakirti-like. He disrobed, married, had children, became a professor at Columbia University, and dedicated his life to building that golden bridge, bringing Tibetan Buddhism to the West through scholarship, translation, and teaching. That's amazing. When he published his translation of the Vimalakirti Sutra in 1976, he did something radical. Most Buddhist translations at that time were, let's be honest, a bit dry, a bit dusty, academic exercises. But Bob Thurman did something different. He translated the wit. He translated the theatre. He translated the energy. He made Vimalakirti sound like a real person, sharp, funny, brilliant, and utterly alive.
Yes, we must bow deeply to Tenzin Bob. You know, translating Dharma is not just about dictionary words, it is about energy. If the translator has no juice, the Buddha sounds boring. The teaching becomes dry bones. That's so true. But Bob Thurman, he has that Vimalakirti energy. He is a householder. He is an academic. He is a little bit wild. He is fierce. He is brilliant. I think he didn't just translate the text. I think he channeled the spirit of the text. He showed the Western world that you don't have to be a quiet, shy person to be a Buddhist. You can be a lion. You can roar. You can debate. You can be passionate about ideas. He gave permission to the West to have intellectual dharma, to use the mind fully, to question, to probe, to laugh, to challenge. This is a huge gift. Without Bob Thurman, we would not have this conversation today. He is the Manjushri of this modern transmission.
He really is, using his sword of wisdom to cut through the vines and make a clear path for the rest of us. And I have to say, Bob, if you're listening to this, which I hope you are, thank you. Thank you for your scholarship. Thank you for your clarity. Thank you for showing us that householder practice isn't a compromise or a lesser path, but a complete and radical way of being. You translated Vimalakirti, but in doing so, you also embodied him. You brought the teaching alive, not just in words, but in your own life, as a scholar practitioner, as a father, as someone engaged fully with the world while never losing sight of the Dharma. This entire series is built on the foundation you laid. Tukje Che, thank you from the heart.
Yes, Tukje Che, Bob Thurman. You are our bridge builder.
Now, Genla, in honor of that clarity, let's do one final distillation. If you had to write the essence of the Householder Sutra on a single index card, a cheat sheet for the modern yogi, what would be the top points?
Okay, the pocket Vimalakirti. Here are the 5 essential points. Point 1, pure perception. The world is not dirty. Your window is dirty. Don't try to clean the world. Clean your window. When you see purely, every city is a pure land. The problem is not your circumstances. The problem is your view.
Clean the window. I like that.
Point 2, poison is medicine. Do not run away from your life, your stress, your difficult job, your complicated relationships. This is your training ground. This is your gym. This is where you build the muscle of compassion and wisdom. A peacock needs poison to make beautiful feathers. You need challenges to make realization. The householder path transforms everything. Nothing is wasted. Point 3, the body is the temple. Do not hate your body. Do not think it is just a bag of sickness and impurity. It is a vessel of light. It is the boat that carries you to liberation. Treat it with the fragrant rice. Give it good food, good rest, good medicine. Respect it. Work with it. In the Utok tradition, we say the body is the support for all spiritual realization. Point 4, be an inexhaustible lamp. Do not hoard. Hoarding creates blockages. Giving creates flow. Flow is health. Share your wealth. Share your time. Share your knowledge. Share your light. The lamp that lights other lamps does not diminish. It multiplies. The more you give, the more you have. This is not poetry. This is physics. This is how energy works. That makes sense. Point 5, you are already free. Don't wait for the future. Don't wait for retirement or for the kids to grow up or for conditions to be perfect. The inconceivable liberation is right here, right now, in the traffic jam, in the laundry pile, in the Zoom meeting. It is inconceivable because you cannot think your way there. You have to be your way there. You have to live it.
You cannot think your way there, you have to be your way there. That captures it perfectly. And I want to add something to your 5 points, Genla. A 6th point that runs through the entire sutra. Point 6. The Sangha is wider than you think. Vimalakirti's room was filled with monks, bodhisattvas, gods, goddesses, kings, merchants, courtesans, everyone. The Dharma isn't for an elite spiritual club, it's for everyone who's willing to wake up. Your Sangha includes your difficult coworker. Your Sangha includes the person who cut you off in traffic. Your Sangha includes beings you'll never meet. And when you practice with this view that everyone is your spiritual community, whether they know it or not, your whole life becomes the mandala.
Beautiful. Yes, the sixth point, the vast Sangha. You know, Ben, this is why the Utok lineage has always emphasized medicine and healing. Because when you are a doctor, you cannot choose your patients. You have to treat everyone. The murderer gets sick, you treat him. The saint gets sick, you treat her. The rich, the poor, the good, the bad, everyone needs healing. This is Bodhisattva training in action. Vimalakirti would be an excellent doctor.
He would, and actually in the sutra he is. He's diagnosing everyone's spiritual sickness and prescribing the perfect medicine. Genla, we started this series by saying it was an experiment. We used AI voices, we brought together academic and traditional perspectives, we tried to make an ancient text feel alive and relevant. Now that we're at the end, what do you think? Did it work?
I think it worked beautifully. You know, some people might say, oh, using AI, this is not authentic. This is not real Dharma transmission. But I say, look at the intention, look at the result. We made this teaching accessible. We made it warm. We made it practical. We brought Bob Thurman's translation to people's ears while they drive, while they exercise, while they live their lives. Vimalakirti used whatever skillful means were needed. Magic, humor, silence, rice bowls. We used technology. The Dharma is alive. It adapts. It finds new forms. This is a good sign, not a bad sign.
I love that. The Dharma is alive and finding new forms. You know, when we started, I was worried. I thought, can we really do justice to this profound text? Can we honor Bob Thurman's scholarship? Can we make the connections to Utok Nintig without forcing them? But as we went through it episode by episode, I realized the text itself is so rich, so generous, that it can hold all of this. It can hold academic rigor and devotional warmth. It can hold Mahayana and Vajrayana in one embrace. That's the genius of the Vimalakirti Sutra. It's not narrow, it's vast.
Yes, it is like the sky. There is room for everything. And Ben, I want to say you did good work here. You brought your academic training, you brought your respect for the lineage, you brought your questions. This is what a good student does. You don't just accept everything, you test it, you probe it, you make sure the connections are real. This is the lineage continuing. This is the warm breath passing.
Thank you, Genla. That means the world to me. And listeners, if you've made it this far, all the way through 10 episodes plus this bonus, you are part of this lineage now too. You've sat in Vimalakirti's room, you've heard the thunder of silence, you've tasted the fragrant rice, you've received the teaching. Now the question is, what will you do with it? Will you let it stay in your head as interesting ideas, or will you let it into your life? Into your kitchen, your office, your relationships, your challenges. That's the test. Not did you understand the teaching, but did the teaching change how you live?
Exactly. Understanding is just the beginning. Living is the practice. So, listeners, here is my final instruction. Go back to your ordinary life. Don't try to be special. Don't try to be holy. Just be a little more awake, a little more kind, a little more spacious. When someone annoys you, remember they are your teacher. They are showing you when you are still tight, still reacting. When you get sick, remember this is the teaching of impermanence. Can you meet it with grace? When you see beauty, a sunset, a child's laugh, good food. Remember, this is the Pure Land. You are already in it. This is the householder's way. Small moments, deep presence, warm breath.
Small moments, deep presence, warm breath. Genla, before we finish, I want to circle back one more time to Bob Thurman. Bob, your translation has been our guide and our foundation. Your scholarship opened this door. Your clarity lit the path. Your humor kept us honest. You showed us that you can be rigorous and warm at the same time. You can be academic and devotional. You can honor the tradition while making it accessible. In a very real sense, you are our Vimalakirti, the brilliant householder who bridges worlds. We bow to you. We thank you. We hope this series honors the gift you gave us.
Yes, Bob, you are our hero. You are the bridge builder, the path maker, the light bringer. In Tibetan, we have a word, lopon. It means master teacher. You are our lopon of Vimalakirti. May you live long. May your teachings continue to spread. May you see the fruits of your labor in thousands of practitioners who find freedom through the words you made clear. Tuk Je Che, Tuk Je Che, Tuk Je Che.
Thank you, Dr. Nita Chanaksang. Thank you, Bob Thurman. Thank you, Vimalakirti, the original Nagpa, the householder bodhisattva who showed us the way 2,000 years ago. And thank you, listeners, for walking this path with us. May this teaching continue to be passed from heart to heart, from generation to generation in whatever forms are needed. May every house become a hermitage. May every city become a pure land. May every life become a vehicle for liberation. May all beings be happy.
Tashi Delay. May all be auspicious.